I'm going to show you how to make music instantly pop up on your phone by scanning these programmable NFC key tags. But first, let's talk about why. I have this problem. You see, to me, one of my favorite things about playing D&D is the atmosphere, and a big part of what drives the atmosphere of my game is music. See, I have these two Bluetooth speakers that I have paired up with each other, and then I play music from my phone from a series of YouTube video playlists that add to the atmosphere of the game. And I've got some classic ones. I have one that I always call default, I have battle, but there's a lot of other moods and places that I want to go. Some advice that I heard from somebody else one time was that when the players encounter a specific person or place, it's a good idea to tie a specific music to that, a playlist, if you will, for that situation. And it makes a lot of sense to me, right? Because it's like, okay, well, if every time we encounter this guy, we get this type of music. Every time we go to this place, we get this type of genre. It's a lot like a video game, right? Or a movie. You have themes that go along with different players. I mean, for me, it's Pokemon, right? Whenever you would meet your rival or the rival team. One of my favorites was Team Skull from Sun and Moon. Didn't love those Pokemon games, to be honest, but the music was absolutely killer. Here, let me show you. And immediately it just injects a mood into the scenario where you feel a certain way about the things that you're encountering. Really quick announcement, less than 10% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you want a better chance at seeing my videos, then please hit subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks so much. Back to the video. And so here's my problem. The problem is that when I'm running a game, I want to be fully focused, or as much focused as possible, on what the players are saying, what they're encountering, the things that are happening within the game space. And so if we're moving around and they're going from one scene to another scene, they're going from out of combat to in combat, when I have to look at my phone and scroll through to look at my different playlists, because I have literally probably, like no lie, hundreds of playlists, it's just too distracting, right? And literally even just to find the top 10 that I want just takes time to scroll and click and then play. It's at least several button presses. Traditionally as well, when we are changing music, something transitionary is happening. And so those are important pieces that I don't want to be not present for. I feel like I have to be on it the whole time. What if I could just instantly change the music from one thing to another thing by using NFC? NFC is near field communication, and it's used for a bunch of different things like Google Pay, Apple Pay. There's certain business cards that use it. It's kind of like a QR code equivalent. And what this means is when you touch your phone to something, it can send an action, or it can send a command. Something will be triggered once it touches a certain thing that has some code bits inside of it. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's generally the idea. So immediately my thought process went to these. These are NFC stickers. Essentially, you just peel them off and you can place them on things. Again, just like we talked about earlier, you swipe your phone on it and it sends an action. So my first idea was like a map. I could lay out a piece of paper, I could have a bunch of different locations, and then I could just place and stick these on different areas so that when they go there, I can just swipe my phone over that place and then boom, that music starts to play. But it's a little cumbersome, right? Because then I have to have the map out. If it's in the middle of the table so everybody can see it, then I have to put my phone out and touch it to the spot. Or if I have it behind the screen, it's got to be a much smaller map, and it would be a very cumbersome thing to do. Cool in idea, but a little bit clumsy in execution. And I thought, well, what if I did a laminated piece of paper, and each section of this piece of paper, I could just have it kind of like cut out of a pie shape, and I could click my phone onto whatever section that is, and then that music starts to play, and have each pie labeled, battle, stealth, tension, whatever. But I didn't like really that idea either. Again, just because I have to have a full piece of paper, I already have enough papers behind the DM screen. It just seemed like a bit much. And then that's when it hit me. What if it was just like a bunch of little like beads or dots or keychains that I could stick together and then have them all just visually different colors? And so immediately I could just grab a keychain and place it onto the back of my phone and boom, music switched. Okay. So I got the NFC tags from Amazon. I got some 1-inch circle round stickers that I could print on and then place on those tags. And then I got some little fancy keyring stuff because, you know, I like it to aesthetically look pretty, even if it's a little bit more than what it needs to be. I will say as well, I have an Android phone, so I know that I can use some NFC tools to program these key tags, but it might not work if you have an iPhone or something like that. I don't know, you'll have to do your own research. I kept having this one issue, and it's I could program it so that it opens a playlist when I scan a certain tag, but it wasn't playing the music. And I couldn't really figure out why this was. After doing further research, I figured out that you need to give it this specific command. You need to give it a YouTube URL, you need to give it the video ID, and then you put like equals and list, and then put the playlist ID. That way it goes, okay, here's the website, here's the video, here's the playlist, start playing. If you just give it the playlist, it'll just bring the playlist up to you. So I put the list of the different URLs and playlists exactly as I coded it into the NFC tag in the description below if you just want to, you know, see some examples for yourself. Okay, so let's get into actually making it. The first thing I need to do is I need to print out the little circle round icons. Now, these icons were designed by my brother, who's a professional graphic designer. He's super awesome. And I'll even put some of those designs below if you want to use them for yourself for any reason. Print them out of my printer by using the template that was provided by the manufacturer of these circle round stickers. I guess I have to say that if you want to do this same method that I'm doing, you will need to have a printer or something to actually print on these stickers. And now is the assembly process. So I get out all the tags, I take off the little circle rounds, and I just try to place them in the center as best as I possibly can. It was a little difficult. And then I took off the really cheap and thin kind of dongle pieces and I replaced it with my own that I bought online. I spent way too much money on this and it was just so superfluous. There's no reason to do that. I made 10 playlists. So I have battle, dream, default, stealth, horror, you know, several different kinds that I feel like would evoke certain moods. I also did some based on location as well. I did a trailer, park, mall, high school, because this is going to be a high school game set in the 80s. So I thought that those would be things that I would use. And here they are up close. Honestly, they are really satisfying. This is exactly what I was wanting. It feels substantial without being cumbersome. I can just quickly look at it, and after a little bit of practice of memorizing the colors, I'll be able to grab whatever playlist I want immediately. I now have this cool key ring of different tags of different designs that my brother made, and I just scan each one and it immediately brings it up and starts playing it on my phone. Hey, editing gentry here. I found out later after watching back the video that I never actually demonstrated it working. So I'm gonna show you a video of me awkwardly showing you the process of making it work. It's very easy. I just look super weird doing it. One little thing that I found is that it starts playing in the middle of the video, and I don't know if that's because when I originally scanned it, it was in the middle of the video, or if my YouTube account just remembers the place that it was at, and so it just is, you know, going back to where I left off on that video. I'm not exactly sure. If I wanted to change anything about these in particular, I probably would have gotten some less bulky tags. As you can see, like the bit up here is a little bit thick for no reason. And then I think I would probably have printed on like a vinyl matte sticker paper instead of just a regular paper one. This label, if it got wet at all, would immediately start to drip and just kind of look bad. Hopefully it's not going to get wet, but you know, if it ever got in the rain or anything like that, while I'm running to my car, I don't know. But if you're interested in doing this for free, I mean, essentially, I do have an idea on how you would do that. Instead of doing NFC tags and having this whole complicated thing, you could just do QR codes. Now, granted, it would require you to pick up your phone, open your camera, and scan. But if you can like do a quick command to open your camera somehow, like mine, just double click the power button and my camera opens, that would definitely save you a few clicks. And again, it would save you from having to search. So that could just be one piece of paper with a bunch of different QR codes labeled on there. Just an idea. What are some unique Dungeon Master problems that you struggle with? Because I really, really enjoyed this whole project just for the sake of it's now going to help my every week game. And so this just is a lot of fun for me. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like it, then please leave a like, hit subscribe. I put out new videos every other week. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck out there, adventurer.